Hey guys, Ken Perriman here, and I am back with another product, and it is this guy right here. I'm going to show it to you. It's the Quikra. This is an NW08 tire inflator portable air compressor for heavy-duty vehicles. This thing is a beast. It's heavy. Dual cylinder cordless air pump for car tires with 12,000 milliamp hour battery, 4 times faster, and 150 psi car tire for SUV truck pickup. The 150 psi is more related to like bicycles and stuff like that. I think that this is more relevant to 30 to 40 to 50-ish in the cars. So here's the deal too. I have a Jeep Wrangler with 35-inch tires. And if you go look at their site, they show these big tired vehicles. I actually have deflators, so I can deflate my tires a little bit and see if this guy can rock the tire itself. So really cool idea, with the idea that it can run 4 times faster with dual cylinders in this form factor, this package. This is a bit big. This is a big dude. So let me go ahead and get this out. I love how it just fits this case perfectly in here. And let's go ahead and get everything that's inside this out. Great container. You know what it is? It's one of those ones where it's just, it's cloth covered and cardboard and all that kind of stuff, but it's still a really good, handy little container for this whole setup here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this this guy over here, and again, it's got some heft to it. I'm impressed by this. So let's go ahead and do the obligatory peel. Oh, that was kind of quiet. That's okay though. We're not here for this. We're here for what this thing can do. Oh, I got another peely. Cool. Nice and clear. This is your light. That's going to be helpful when you're out filling up your tires in the middle of the night. Because that's always when it seems to happen. Am I not right there, people? A lot of times you're like, hey, my tire just went dead. Why? It went flat. My TPMS sensor says it's flat. Why? It is, right? And you just need to fill up your tires. So I just noticed something too. I've done a few of these types of compressors, and they're all good in their own right and everything. But this guy is actually, the connection's different. It looks like, and I'm pretty sure it is a locking style mechanism. So I think you put it in, yeah, and it locks in. No screwing it in and spinning till it's locked in. You pop it in and it locks right in. There you go. Oh, and I love this concept here. Instead of having that little squeeze valve that kind of will get on there just right, this guy, and you don't have to spin the hose because this guy will spin. You spin this on and lock it onto your tire stem, you're good to go. That's it. You're done. And there is no way that this is going to pop off. My gosh. I can't wait to actually give this thing a try. I'm going to go in the morning. It's nighttime now, but I'm going to take this thing out in the morning, and I'm going to purposely deflate my tire and see how this guy does. Okay? That is pretty cool. Okay, so let's continue to walk around, and I love this quick disconnect. It's just boom, boom, you're done. Let's continue to walk around this device. Here you have this. I didn't know if there's anything more. Okay, cool. You have this quick disconnect for your air. You have USB-C, USB-A. This is, because this has a 12,000 milliamp hour battery, you can charge your phone with this. Or maybe even whatever device you may need. You have a light over here. You have your control panel, and this is probably going to have a decent little display of pressure and all that stuff. And then down here, the one thing I noticed about a couple of these compressors, you have this cable setup, and it's really long. I now I realize what these are for. You do have a 12,000 milliamp battery, but it's only going to last so long under a charge. I'm not saying that it won't last to fill up your tire on a vehicle, maybe 1 or maybe 2 or whatnot, and that's probably what you may run into duration-wise. But maybe also sometimes you need a little more oomph. That's what this comes in. This plugs in, and then you get a little more amperage coming through into the device. You remember the old school ones, right? Where you plug this into your cigarette lighter and then this can run off of that. So I think that's the intent of this, is because you don't need all this long cable to charge it up, but maybe you need it because it's running a little bit low. You can still use this. Because again, I've seen these ones where these guys have the battery process, you know, in this, just like this guy has a battery, and you run the battery's almost dead. You're at a point where you really need that extra couple handful of PSIs to get that tire inflated, or you got one more tire you got to do, and this thing's dead. And now you got to plug it in and charge it up, and you probably don't have some charging system, so you got to plug it into the cigarette lighter in the car and then wait for this thing to trickle charge, it feels like, and charge up like 30 minutes to an hour later, or whatever. This guy right here will give you all the juice you need, and I think what it'll do is once you plug it in, it should, I'm assuming, bypass or allow it to run full power to run this however long you need to, depending on its duty cycle, right? So, but this thing runs twice as fast. So again, I'm excited to go and put this on my Jeep. Lastly, or second to last, third to last maybe, your USB-C to USB-A, so that you can plug this in two different ways. One to charge it up by A to C, and then and then running in the C here to charge it up, and then you got the A out, and then you can come over here, plug this in over here, and you now have, there you go. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a quick little test and walk through a couple of these guys over here. Let's lock this guy in. Wow, it's just that simple. Easy peasy. Now, I mentioned on the bottom is to plug in this guy right here, probably to give you the power, the extra power if you just need this to really run. Oh, you can. Wow. Okay. So we're sitting at 3. That's cool. You have a red light. That's SOS. You have your white light. You have a red light flashing. Red light SOS. Off. Okay. Power. Press and hold, I think. Okay, now it's on. Ooh, nice little screen. I'm sorry, let me get this where you guys can see this a little bit better. There we go. Nice screen. PSI. I think this is, let's check. The Presta valve. That's the word I couldn't think of. Okay. Units. Okay. So you can switch from PSI, bar, kPa, and kilograms over centimeter squared, back to PSI. This is going to switch your mode. Okay, very cool. So basketball, everyone, you know, it's the basketball means the sports balls that you can plug your, and again, this is second to last now, is your Presta valve adapter, and then also your sports ball needle. You can switch here to personal, 100 PSI. Personal selectable, you have your car, which is 35, 40 for a bike. That's motorcycle, actually. 38 for a bike. Yeah, okay. So let's see if I can set this to 32 and 40 for a motorcycle, 38. Let's go 39, 8, and then that's, you don't need 100. Geez, this would be 37. So this would be what I put on my Jeep. My Jeep requires 37 PSI. Dang, that's up there. Now remember, guys, you're not going to get, you're not going to put 100 PSI in your car tires. That's crazy talk there. So, okay, so let's go back to here. That did stay at 32. That did stay at 40. That should be 39, 8, and 37. Let's test something. I'm going to turn the power off, see if it remembers. That's one of the things I like to test about this, is if it remembers where we kept the PSI. On, and it should have remembered personal. It's still 37. Let's switch over. 32. It maintained the 32. 40, 39. Okay, perfect. Cool. I love it. Now, we're going to test it. That made some noise. That seems so much more aggressive than a lot of the other pumps that I've seen here. This is impressive. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take this out, deflate my Jeep tires. I mean, I don't know. I may go down to 15 PSI and see where we go from there and see how this guy does. We'll see. 15 to 37 PSIs. That PSI. That's a heck of a jump. So that's impressive. But nonetheless, with all this aside, this is a pretty good looking pump. I'm liking it. It feels really solid. It's very hefty. It feels like it's got a lot of components in here, and I do love this quick disconnect. Now, granted, if you have a multitude of these different styles of pumps that I'm talking about, this valve is not going to, or this hose is not going to fit in anybody else's. It's only going to fit in this guy right here because it has this style of the quick disconnect. Oh, turn the other way, Ken. Boom, there you go. That is so nice. I like that. I really am a fan of that. That locks it in and you're done. And I also like that this will spin on, so there's no worry of whether or not you got it fully engaged, that it pushed the valve in or anything like that. It is ready to go. Sweet. Turning it off. We're good. We're ready to rock and roll with this. And I love that it comes with its own case. Oh, I know what that is.
Yo, guys, here we are out of the garage. Got the tire. And you know what? I don't know if I showed you this. I may have. But I'm going to show you something that's pretty cool. There's a little compartment right here. You can open this up and keep all your knickknacks, your adjustments, but mostly your tire inflators, or your sports ball inflator needle. So really cool. And then I've got the adapter piece in there. But anything else you want in there, tube inflator, one of those weird, doohickey thingies, whatever, make it work. All right, so check it out. We've got it all ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and pop this on. Remember, this is the kind that actually screws on. So we're gonna go ahead and, I do have this on my hands, in my hands. So let's go ahead and do this the right way. This should go on just right and easy. I can hear it hissing. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and power it on. Wait till the 3 bars run. Whoop. Wait till the 4 bars? Okay, wait till it says on. Cool. All right, so I want 40 PSI. So I'm gonna cycle through. That's a, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and do 40. 40. You ready? We're gonna make this work. Let's go. 9, 10. This thing is booking. Wow. Wow, this is fast. Guys, no jokes, no whatever. This is the fastest pump in this feature family size. This thing is moving. I am super impressed by this speed. Wow, this is pretty cool. All right, so that's the fastest I've ever had this thing move. Or not this thing, anything like this. Okay, now I'm afraid, because I'm gonna do my my football here. I'm afraid the football is gonna inflate way too fast because this thing's too strong. Let's get it in. Now let's go ahead and switch the mode to a ball. Let's see if I can go any less. Oh, I can. I think 4 is gonna do us. If I can go to 4, okay. You ready? This might take a few seconds. Oh. What? No way. No way. That's crazy good. Man, okay. I am so impressed just by this little dude right here. I'm gonna give this a try. I don't know how much juice I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna switch this to a location that has 37 PSI. I'm gonna drop this to 37 because you know what? 37 PSI. There's a reason why, because it's, hey Ken, right behind you is your Range Rover. Your wife's Range Rover. Yeah, right? Right behind me is my wife's little Range Rover. We're gonna do 32 PSI. Nope. We're gonna do that Jeep over there with 35-inch tires with some honking tires. Yeah, I've got that much faith in this dude right here. We're gonna go do it. I'm impressed. Okay, let me see where I am PSI wise. I might try to get 1 extra PSI out of this because these tires are very, very close to full. Okay, so they are at 37 PSI, but how hard would it get to 38 PSI? Let's go. Oh, it changed its tune. $37.5 already. I'm already at 37 PSI, going to 38 in this guy right here. Yes, I know going from like 20 PSI to 38 might be a big difference, but this guy just bumped up 1 PSI in these giant tires and it took it with no problem. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna let a lot out. Oh, that's a brand new tire smell right there. $34. I'm gonna give it a real test. Remember I told you I love the length of this cable. Okay, it's at 33 PSI. I'm gonna put it at 37 because now I don't need to go too high. I got 2 bars, let's go. $37. I mean, how hot are you? You're a bit warm. All right, guys, I'm telling you this. This is the Quikra. I've seen plenty of these pumps. I've done quite a few of these. This guy impresses me on its speed and its capabilities. Do I recommend that you use this to fill up these tires when you deflated them because you went off-road and now you're going to reinflate them? No. Do I recommend that you have this in the back of the trunk because you don't have any other air compressor and you have a situation where one of the tires has gone low, or that you fixed a nail in this thing and you need to bring it back up for emergency purposes? Yeah, I think this would handle it just fine. I have no doubts. I have a strong belief that this guy would get you there. Longevity-wise, we still have to check that out, but right now I like the speed in which this thing fills up and how it functions, and it's impressive to me. So guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I do appreciate your time, and I'm out.